Hi everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this part 8 of 100 most expected questions of DILR. I hope that I am audible and visible to all. We will be starting soon. Let's just wait for a few more seconds for the other people also to join in. But before that, the exam is pretty close now, right? You all know that on this Sunday we have the CAT exam. Today is Thursday. We just have 3 more days to go for CAT. And in these 3 days, what best we can do? So please keep watching all the videos that we are having on our channel because we are talking about a lot many things there which might be useful for you. Some of you must have attended the yesterday's marathon as well, where we took all the three sections one by one for those 8 long hours. Also, every day we are having these sessions of 100 most expected questions, some important informations as well, and anything new which is there in the exam. What is to be done in the last few days? All those things are being discussed on this channel only. Plus, if you have still any further questions, anything that you want to ask, you may ask those in the of course during the sessions itself. So let's start with it now. Good afternoon, Mohit Sharma. Hello, Sonali. Good afternoon, Vineet. In which slot are you in? I am in the second slot, Sonali. So I would be meeting you after the second slot for the first impression, and after that, I'll also be meeting you for the detailed analysis of the second slot, right? So two times you'll be meeting me tomorrow, sorry, on the Sunday exam day, and third time I'll be meeting you for the first impression of the third slot as well, though I'm having the second slot. So नोएडा सेंटर से मैं एग्जाम दे रहा हूँ सेकंड स्लॉट में. प्रोबेबली आई माइट सम ऑफ यू ओवर देयर. आशीष कुछ कह रहे हैं. एनी एडवाइस फॉर पीपल इन द फर्स्ट स्लॉट? Ashish, one thing I would like to say to all the people of the first slot, that it actually does not make a difference whether you are in the first slot or second slot or third slot. Because I've seen this many times among the students. सबको ये लगता है सर मेरे साथ तो कुछ गलत ही हो गया. I got the first slot. In the first slot we do not know what is going to come. How many questions would be there? What kind of questions would be there? हमें तो बड़ी problem हो रही है. And I'm telling you this with all my experience of all these years. I've been appearing for CAT for last 20 years now. 21st time I would be appearing this time. Rather 22nd time. What I have seen, that when you say that, okay, you say that I have got the first slot, so I do not know what is going to happen. The only difference that going to make is that you do not know how many questions are going to be there, right? And that too is almost 98, 99% sure that it is going to be exactly like that of the last 2 years. That is 24 questions in verbal, 20 questions in LRDI, and 22 in QA. But when people in the second slot and third slot, when they look at it, actually they are slightly at disadvantage with respect to the people in the first slot, because people in the first slot, they do not know anything about it. So they go completely with a fresh mind. Whereas people in the second slot and third slot, आप चाह के भी वो prejudice नहीं छोड़ सकते जो आपको पता लगेगा. Because if you have a exam in second and third slot, you will definitely want to know it from the people in the first slot. क्या आया था, कैसा आया था, and they would be telling you a lot of things, right? There's so many questions were there from algebra, so many questions were there from geometry, and very specific as well. Circles पे questions थे, और remainders पे questions थे, और volume पे question थे, and you'll start thinking about it कि यार अच्छा इस पे question ये पढ़ लेता हूँ, इस पे क्वेश्चन ये पढ़ लेता हूँ. वर्बल में दे वुड से ओके देयर वाज एन आरसी ऑन स्पोर्ट्स, अच्छा तो मैं चलो स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में पढ़ लेता हूँ. इट डज नॉट हैपन लाइक दैट. Whatever appears in the first slot, it is not necessary the same thing is going to appear in the second and third slot. The only thing is that the number of questions is going to be the same. Apart from that, you can't say anything. कई बार तो डिफिकल्टी लेवल इतना वेरी कर जाता है एक स्लॉट से दूसरे स्लॉट में कि एक स्लॉट में 15 मार्क्स पे जो मार्क्स आपका परसेंटाइल आ रहा है वो दूसरे स्लॉट में 25 पे आ रहा होता है. So people in the second slot and third slot, actually they would be having more problem with respect to the first slot, because people in the first slot have completely fresh mind. They do not have to think anything about it, right? Second और third वालों को जो input मिलता है ना, तो वो बल्कि confusion में रहते हैं. Is that going to happen to me as well? LRDI was extremely tough for those guys. Is that going to be tough for me as well? I'll have that prejudice in my mind, and that will create problems for me. So actually, I feel that people in the first slot are best placed, and people in the second slot and third slot. I would just say that if you are talking to someone in the slots before you, just ask them how many questions were there in each section, and that's it. Go with a completely fresh mind. Do not ask anything. It will be better for you, in my opinion. Of course, yes, Sunny, you would be anxious if you have the third slot. So, I mean, when you see, it's like school days, right? School days में अब तीन लोग हैं, हम तीनों की पिटाई हो रही है. पहले फर्स्ट का नंबर आता है, सेकंड का नंबर आता है, उनको पिटाई होती है. You will always be scared. अरे यार पता नहीं अभी मुझे भी मार पड़ने वाली है. How hard would that be? How much pain these guys would be must be having? I would also be suffering. So before it actually comes to you, you would have actually bore that pain which the other two guys had, right? So in my opinion, people at the second and third slot उनको ज्यादा दिक्कत होती है दूसरों को देख देख के, अरे क्या हो रहा है क्या हो रहा है, मेरे साथ भी होगा मेरे साथ भी होगा. तो बेहतर ये रहता है फर्स्ट पे रहो, फटाफट निपटो और निकलो. High uncertainty from slot to slot, not very high, but it might vary a lot. आशीष, चलिए जी, let's start talking about our today's session. So we have part 8 of 100 most expected questions. Till now, in all these sessions, we discussed some questions from previous year papers of CAT, Z, etc. And you would have seen that generally we have taken questions which are in moderate level or slightly above that. Now, somehow, I mean, this gives an impression to all the students that CAT must be asking me very difficult questions. जैसे हम यहाँ कर रहे हैं उसी तरह के actual exam में भी आने वाले हैं, which is not true. We also have some easy sets. Every year, at least one set would be very easy for you. होता ये है, we do not discuss those sets here. Because if we start discussing them, you would be feeling, अरे ये तो बड़ा आसान है, तो हम खुद ही कर लेते हैं. Why are you discussing that? But somehow, when we keep on discussing moderate and difficult level sets, तो एक हमारे भी दिमाग में जो है ना पिक्चर बन जाती है that CAT is just about these moderate and difficult sets, which is not. But now when the exam is so close, let's have a real picture. So today what I am going to do, I am going to discuss some easy sets from CAT that have appeared and actual sets from CAT. So CAT has also asked us easy sets, और कितने easy पूछे हैं वो भी आप देखिएगा आज. इसीलिए दो की बजाय तीन सेट्स हम लोग आज डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. But we want to get an idea that CAT is also about these questions, right? अगर मेरे पास चार सेट्स हैं पांच पांच क्वेश्चंस के, there is one set which is going to take just 6 or 7 minutes to be completed, and there is one set which is going to take approximately 20 to 23 minutes to be completed. Both of them are going to give me 15 marks. My job is to figure out this set and do it. My job is not to just do okay because it was difficult, so therefore I have to do it to get a better you can say pleasure out of it, that I did something which was difficult. बाहर आके जब आप डिस्कस करेंगे किसी से and the person says I got 15 and you got 15, then you would be saying नहीं मैंने तो difficult वाला करके 15 लिए, तुमने तो आसान वाला करके लिए. It does not make a difference at all. Percentile would be the same. So therefore, find out the easier ones and do them. There are easy questions as well. That's what we are going to discuss in our today's session. Okay? Get an idea about the CAT exam today, that it is also about easy questions. So let's start with it. Here is the first set for all of you. Lengthy है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है difficult है. Read it, take 2-3 minutes, and I'm sure you would be able to do it fast enough. Let's start with it. फिंगर्स में पेन डालकर एक्सप्रेशंस चेक करते थे. So it says recently Ghosh Babu spent his winter vacation on Kya Kya Island. During the vacation, he visited the local casino where he came across a new card game. Two players using a normal deck of 52 playing cards play this game. One player is called the dealer and other is called the player. One is dealer, one is player. First, the player picks a card at random from the deck. So deck में से वो एक card निकालेगा. This is called the base card. The amount in rupees equal to the face value of the base card is called the base amount. So just make a picture in your mind, or you can also write it somewhere, that first of all the player will play. He will take out a random card. This card would be called the base card. The value on the card would be called the base amount. The face value of ace, king, queen and jack are 10. So we have ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack, queen, king. So he says ace, jack, queen and king, on which numbers are not written. They would be 10 only. For other cards, the face value is the number on the card because others are number cards. Once the player picks a card from the deck, the dealer pays him the base amount. So let us say I pick up a 6, right? So the dealer will pay me 6 rupees. Let us say I pick a jack, the dealer will pay me 10 rupees. So that way the dealer is going to pay me the amount which is there on that card, which is called the base amount. ठीक है, card is base card. Then the dealer picks a card from the deck. Now it is dealer's job. ठीक है, तो dealer एक card निकालेगा. Dealer picks a card from the deck and this card is called the top card. जो मैंने निकाला था it was the base card, जो dealer निकाल रहा है that is called the top card. If the top card is of the same suit as the base card, suit I'm sure you all know there are 4 suits in cards: spade, diamond, club and hearts. So he says if dealer also picks up the card of the same suit, the player pays twice the base amount to the dealer. So initially let us say dealer had paid me 6 rupees, I am the player, I took out a 6, तो उसने मुझे 6 rupees दिए. अब जब उसने कार्ड जो निकाला, if it has the same suit, I'll be paying him 12 rupees, डबल मैं वापस करूंगा उसको. If the top card is of the same color as the base card, अब अगर वो same suit ना हो के same color है, then player pays the base amount to the dealer. तो जितना उसने मुझे पे किया था मैं उतना ही उसको वापस पे कर दूंगा, नेट नेट जीरो हो जाएगा. If the top card happens to be of a different color than the base card, अगर color different आ जाएगा, then dealer pays the base amount to the player. तो जो dealer है वो उतना ही दोबारा उसे पे करेगा. So there are 3 situations. One, first I am the player, you are the dealer. I take out a 6, let's say. So you will pay me 6 rupees. Now when you take out a card, if it is of the same suit, I will pay back you 12. If it is of the same color, I will pay back you 6. And if it is of the different color, you will pay me 6 more. So in one situation, I am giving you 6. In one situation, net net becomes 0. In one situation, you are giving me 6. So these 3 situations are going to appear. ये 3 चीजें होने वाली हैं. And then घोष बाबू played the game 4 times, कुछ लिखा हुआ है. अब आप सब समझ गए हैं, तो एक बार जो लिखा हुआ है जो घोष बाबू ने किया है, try to make that on a page for 2 minutes and after that we shall start discussing it together. एक बार आप कीजिए, पहले जरा इसको बात कीजिए इसके बारे में. I'll just reduce my size a little bit if I'm coming in the way of data. So yes, I'm sure that now it is visible to all clearly. Find out about घोष बाबू, क्या किया उन्होंने, क्या कुछ हुआ. ये गौरव सर ने करवा दिया है. ओ ओके, कोई बात नहीं पलक, दोबारा कर लेते हैं. मतलब वैसे तो ये सेट पहले हम कई बार कर चुके होंगे, एक्चुअल कैट सेट्स हैं, काफी बार करते हैं. So little query about the eligibility criteria of college according to profile that is given in the app link. Is it all true or just prediction? College according that is given in the app link. Is it all true or just prediction? It is all true, Sonali. I mean, we have made, I'm sure you are talking about the CAT percentile predictor, right? Sorry, you are talking about the college predictor. So yes, we have made that with the complete authentic data, going by the selection criteria of all the colleges. Accordingly, we have made it. So yes, if a college has a criteria that people must be having minimum 80% in their 10th, 12th, something like that. So the moment you put it there and it shows that you are not eligible for this college, that's fact, pure fact. Take 2 minutes, try to make it now. Okay, yes, Jadhav says done. So let's start doing it now. आगे बढ़ जाते हैं इसको लेके. So I put up all this data over here. Let's start talking about it. Ghosh Babu played the game 4 times. First, he picked 8 of clubs and dealer picked queen of clubs. So Ghosh Babu is the player, right? And after that, there is a dealer. So first of all, Ghosh Babu picked 8 of clubs. 8 of clubs का मतलब ये, the dealer will pay him 8 rupees. So Ghosh Babu will have 8 rupees in his pocket. I'm writing it plus 8, that he got 8 rupees from the dealer. Then the dealer picked queen of clubs. So same suit is there. And whenever there is same suit, it is clearly written that if the top card is of the same suit, the player pays twice the base amount to dealer. Base amount is 8. So player will pay twice of 8 to dealer. The player will pay 16 rupees to dealer. So that means from Ghosh Babu's pocket, 16 rupees would go out. So Ghosh Babu will have now 8 rupees less than what he had initially. Player के पहले 8 of clubs आया, he got 8 rupees from dealer. डीलर गॉट द टॉप कार्ड विच इज ऑफ द सेम सूट, तो प्लेयर उसको डबल वापस करेगा, और डबल वापस करेगा तो 16 वापस करेगा, 16 वापस करेगा, देन ही वुड बी गेटिंग -8, राइट? क्योंकि 8 आया था, 16 चला गया, सो अल्टीमेटली वी आर लेफ्ट विद -8. Second time he picked 10 of hearts. 10 of hearts का मतलब he will be getting 10 rupees from the dealer. And the dealer picked 2 of spades. Heart is red, spade is black. So it is not even the same color. ना तो वो same color है, ना वो same suit है. So in this case, the top card happens to be of a different color. Then the dealer pays the base amount to the player. तो dealer उसको base amount pay करेगा. That means dealer will pay Ghosh Babu 10 rupees. So Ghosh Babu will get 20 rupees extra. He was already down by 8 rupees. So that means in his pocket, he has 12 rupees extra now. He has 12 rupees extra. Next time, Ghosh Babu picked 6 of diamond. 6 of diamond aate hi, dealer will pay him 6 rupees. And dealer picked ace of hearts. Diamond is red, heart is red. It is the same color. And whenever it is the same color, the player pays the base amount to the dealer. So the player will pay 6 rupees to the dealer. Player got 6 rupees, paid back 6 rupees. So ultimately, the net amount in his pocket would remain 12 more. And finally, he picked 8 of spades. If he picked the 8 of spades, he will get 8 rupees more. And the dealer picked the jack of spades. Once again, the same suit is there. And when same suit is there, he'll have to pay double the amount to the dealer. So now his money decreased by further 8. He has 4 rupees extra in his pocket. That's all. That's all which is there in this set. Whatever he's going to ask you from this question only. Here we need to all the colors of heart spades, but they should mention the color of all the suits. Now, why they did not? Sri Harsha, in any exam of management entrance, be it CAT or any other exam, they always assume that you always have the full knowledge of the cards, the deck of cards. So you should be knowing already about the 4 suits, right? You should be knowing about their colors. You should be knowing about the number of cards in the deck, that there are 52 cards, 1, 2, 3, etc. This is assumed to be known. Even the questions of probability and permutation and combination, sometimes they'll be asking you questions. They will not tell you that what color are these suits, how many cards are there in deck. They are assuming that you should know this already. Only 3 questions in this set? Yes, Dishant. At that time, there used to be 3 questions in one set. Sir, how we get +4? Ultimately, Hitansh, we have got 12 rupees extra in our pocket. Then he got 8 rupees more. 12 rupees extra over there, plus 8 more, that makes it 20. From that 20, he paid back 16 rupees to the dealer. So 20 minus 16 gives me +4. So 8 minus 16 that you can see above 4 is -8. -8 tells you that initially you were having 12 rupees extra. From that 12 rupees extra, 8 rupees went out of your pocket. So now you are having 4 rupees extra in your pocket. This -8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 4 is telling you how much more or less money he is having with respect to the initial amount that he might be having in his pocket. Because we do not know when Mr. Ghosh started, what amount did he have in his pocket. Okay, everyone. So let's start doing questions on this. Here is the first question. If Ghosh Babu stopped playing the game when his gain is maximized, the gain would have been. So when is his gain maximized? His gain is maximized at these 2 stages, and at both of the stages, his gain is 12 rupees. So the answer for this question is A, where his maximum possible gain would be 12. Second, the initial money Ghosh Babu had before the beginning of the game was rupees X. At no point did he have to borrow any money. What is the minimum possible value of X? You should not be borrowing any money at any stage. So what should be the money in your pocket initially? See, at this stage, he was 8 rupees less than his initial amount, right? Here he was 12 more, here he was 12 more, here he was +4. So at this stage, he needed at least 8 rupees in his pocket initially so that he does not have to borrow any amount. Let us say Mr. Ghosh Babu started with no money with him. 8 rupees किसी ने दिया, he had 8 rupees in his pocket, but then he had to pay 16 rupees to the dealer. वो 16 वो कहां से लाएंगे, because 8 ही तो था उनकी जेब में. So he must be having at least 8 rupees initially so that he does not have to borrow it from anyone. So the answer for the second question is option B, that is 8. And third, if the final amount of money that Ghosh Babu had with him was 100, what was the initial amount? So finally he had 4 rupees more than his initial amount. Finally, he had 4 rupees more than the initial amount, and he had 100. So, if 100 is 4 more than something, what is that something? That must be 96. So, my D option should be the right answer, that he must be having 96 rupees in his pocket. I hope this is clear to all. That's one of the very easy sets that has been asked in CAT. I'm sure you would have understood this. और ऐसा नहीं है कि इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस अब नहीं आते हैं. CAT does ask you easy questions yet. ठीक है, लेकिन वो एक ही कंडीशन पे आते हैं, that you have to press the like button of the session. So please do that. There are more than 35 people watching. Just 11 likes are there. This is the only fee that I ask you to pay. So please do that. I'll move ahead till the time to the second set. Here is the second set. सो प्लीज डू नहीं नहीं, उसमें मैंने कुछ ऑलरेडी डेटा रख दिया है, तो रुकिए मैं तब तक वो डेटा हटाता हूं और आप लोग तब तक जो है जरा लाइक कीजिए सेशन को. यस, लेट्स मूव अहेड नाउ. हियर इज द नेक्स्ट सेट. Once again, 3 questions. This is the only data on which questions are asked. So please work on it for 2 minutes and see how can you solve questions using this data. Oh, Nikhil Anand is asking that which year the question was asked. I think it was asked somewhere around 2005-6, around that. Nothing much in this question. That's the only data, that 10 coins are distributed among PQRS such that one of them gets 1 coin, another gets 2, another gets 3, and another one gets 4. It is known that Q gets more coins than P and S gets fewer coins than R. I'm sure you would have done it. So let's start doing it now. Once again, let me tell you, it's an actual CAT set. Trust me on this, actual CAT set. P, Q, R, and S are the 4 people. They got 1 coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, and 4 coins. It is known that Q gets more coins than P and S gets fewer coins than R. Q got more coins than P. What are the possibilities? It can be 2-1, it can be 3-1, it can be 4-1, it can be 3-2, it can be 4-2, and it can be 4-3. If Q has got more coins than P, these are the only 6 possibilities. Apart out of the other 2 numbers, S gets fewer than R. So 1-2 में से 3-4 बचे, S gets fewer than R, so it will be 4-3. 1-3 के बाद 2-4 बचे, S gets fewer than R, so it will be 2-4. Similarly here it will be 2-3. Similarly here it will be 1-4. Similarly here it would be 1-3, and similarly here it would be 1-2. These are the only 6 possibilities. Nothing else is there. Just a minute question, I think. नहीं, डेटा तो सिर्फ एक ही मिनट का है. We just have to look at this data and we have to answer the questions. That's it. I have put up this data on all the pages and after that we shall start solving the questions. Let's have a look at the first question. ये मैंने टेबल बना के रख लिया पहले से. चलिए. If the number of coins distributed to Q is twice the number of coins distributed to P, Q has twice of P, which is the case here. Q has got twice of P, which is the case here. Q has got twice of P. These are the only 2 cases. Then which one of the following is necessarily true in these 2 cases? तो इन्हीं दोनों cases में मुझे देखना है that which one of the following is true. First, R gets an even number of coins. No, R does not get an even number of coins. R gets an odd number of coins. No, R does not get an odd number of coins here. S gets an even number of coins. No, S does not get an even number of coins here. S gets an odd number of points. Of course, yes, in both the cases, I have got odd number of points with S. My answer for the question is option D. So D is the correct answer. Question was asking which of the following is necessarily true. So necessarily true का मतलब है which should be true in all the cases. So R gets an even number of points in one case, but not in the other. R gets an odd number of points in one case, but not in the other. X does not get an even number of points in any of the cases, but he definitely gets odd number of points in all the cases. So therefore, my answer is option D. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन क्या कहता है? If R gets at least two more points than S, R gets at least two more than S. So in this case, it is true. R gets at least two more than S. In this case, it is true. R gets at least two more than S. In this case, it is true. R gets at least two more than S, right? These are the three cases in which it is true. Which of the following is necessarily true? Q gets at least two more than S. Q gets at least two more than S is wrong in the very first case. It is wrong. Q gets more coins than S. 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 Yes, that's correct. I don't need to check the other two. My answer is option B. That in all the three cases I see, Q has got more coins than S. Very simple, isn't it? मतलब शायद आपको अगर मैं ये ना बताऊं कि ये कैट के क्वेश्चंस तो आप मानोगे ही नहीं ये कैट के क्वेश्चंस है. बट यस, दीज आर एक्चुअल कैट क्वेश्चंस. दे हैव आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस लाइक दीज इन द पास्ट एज वेल. I'll move ahead. If Q gets fewer coins than R, Q gets fewer coins than R, which is true in this case. Q gets fewer coins than R. Q gets fewer coins than R is true in this case. Q gets fewer coins than R is true in this case. And these are the only three cases in which Q has got fewer coins than R. Then which is not necessarily true. ध्यान दीजिएगा. Which of the following is not necessarily true? So P and Q together get at least four coins. P and Q together get at least four coins. It is not true in the very first case. So therefore, the first case itself is my answer. See, the question was asking which of the following is not true. तो जब मुझे पहला ही केस दिख गया जिसके अंदर it is not true, that straight away means my answer becomes that only. Isn't that correct? Because it is not true in the very first case, that straight away means my answer would be option A, because the question was asking which of the following is not true. Therefore, my answer for this question number 6 is option A. Right? तो ये इसमें सिली मिस्टेक्स तो होती हैं कभी कभार. जैसे इसमें सीधा सीधा उसने बता दिया which of the following is not necessarily true. In the first two questions you were asking that which of the following are necessarily true. तो वही दिमाग में रह जाता है. Because of that we make mistakes. But the correct answer for the question is option A. That was the second set. I hope you know that what needs to be done at this stage. 45 people watching, 24 likes. A little unjust. Please do that. So I'll move ahead then. Please like the session. I'll move to the next question now, 7 to 10. And there are 4 questions on this small data again. That's again an actual CAT question that you have on your screen. So please start doing it. And these kind of sets are pretty common in almost all these exams. सब जगह पूछते हैं इस तरह के questions. I repeat for all the newcomers as well, please take this session as the kind of sets which is also CAT. These are actual questions of CAT. I want you to take out the notion from your mind that CAT just asks you difficult questions. कि LRDI हमेशा difficult आता है, ये भी questions आते हैं. And these are just 3 sets, right? There are many more apart from these as well. You all must have seen that set of 2 people working on burger and some ice cream and all. Extremely easy set. I have discussed that 2-3 times before as well with all of you. And not only these 3-4, I mean there are other sets as well. काफी बार आपको लगेगा ये तो बड़ा आसान set था. And every year you might find one set, one single set of LRDI. If you do just find out the easy set and you do that, it will take you above 80-85 percentile. Your job is done. लास्ट ईयर 90 परसेंटाइल था जिस आदमी ने 5 क्वेश्चंस किए थे. एग्जैक्ट 15 क्वेश्चन पे एलआरडीआई में 90 परसेंटाइल था लास्ट ईयर. Four sisters S, T, U, V are playing a game such that the loser doubles the money of each of the other players from the share. They played four games and each sister lost one game in alphabetical order. At the end of the fourth game, each sister had rupees 32. That's it. That's all data on the basis of which we have to answer the questions. Shubhagam Agarwal has already done it. That's great. He has made it now. Let us start doing it. So we have four people S, T, U, and V. So there are four rounds that they played. In the first round, S lost the game. In the second round, T lost the game. In the third round, U lost the game. In the fourth round, V lost the game. Right? And at the end of it, he says each one of them had 32. So each one of them had 32 coins with them or money with them, 32 rupees with them. Now, what happens in every round? The player who loses doubles the money of other people, right? Player who loses doubles the money of the other people. That's what he's saying. So at the end of the fourth round, these are the money. So what is the money at the beginning of the fourth round? Of course, what is beginning of the fourth round is end of the third round. And what is beginning of the third round is end of the second round. What is beginning of the first round is end of the first round. And what is beginning of the first round is the initial amount. That's what we have to find out here. Now, what is the money at the beginning of the fourth round? In the last round, he says the player for each sister lost one game in alphabetical order. So the last game is lost by V. Last game is lost by V. If the last game is lost by V, that means V doubled the money of other three people. So can I say S had 16 rupees before it, T had 16 before it, U had 16 before it because V had just doubled their money. We had doubled their money. So if we gave 16 to S, 16 to T, 16 to U, so she gave 16, 16, 16, 48 rupees to these three people. And she had 32 rupees with her. After giving 48 rupees to the other three people, that means she had 80 rupees at the beginning of this round. I hope this is clear. समझ आ गया होगा. She doubled the money of STU. That means she gave 16, 16, 16 to STU. And if she gave 16, 16, 16 to STU, that means she gave 48. But even after giving 48, she had 32. So you have given 48, you still have 32. So what did you start with? 48 plus 32, that is 80. In the round before that, you lost the game. So you doubled the money. You doubled the money of S. You doubled the money of T. You doubled the money of V. So you gave 8 rupees to S, 8 rupees to T, and 40 rupees to V. 8 plus 8, 16 plus 40, 56. So you had given 56 rupees to the three people. That means you started with 72 rupees in this round. You started with 72 rupees in this round because after giving 56, she was left with 16. So she must have started with 72. In the round before that, T lost. So T doubled the money of S, T doubled the money of U, T doubled the money of V. So T gave 4 rupees to S, 36 to U, 36 plus 4 is 40, and 20 to V, 40 plus 20 is 60. So she has given 60 rupees to all these people and she is still left with 8 rupees. That means T started with 68 rupees in this round. And in the first round, now S lost. So S doubled the money of T. That means T had 34 before that. Doubled the money of U. That means U had 18 before that. Doubled the money of V. That means V had 10 rupees before that. So she gave 34 plus 18. That is 52 plus 10, 62 rupees to all these people. After giving 62, she was left with 4, so she started with 66. So now we know what was the initial money with all of them, how much did they give to the other people, how much money did they have at the end of every round, so that at the end of the fourth round, they all have 32 rupees each. I hope it is understood. Is there anyone who has a doubt here in this question? Anyone, any question, guys? किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हुई है इसमें? I think that this will be clear to all. Very simple question once again. And about these questions, we have discussed about this before as well. If you do not know the initial amount, but the question tells you that finally they all had 32, it's better to start from the end. इट्स बेटर टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द एंड, क्योंकि एंड से जब शुरू करोगे, एंड से शुरू करोगे तो आपके पास डेटा है, यू हैव नंबर्स, विद दोज नंबर्स यू कैन गो अबव. बट अगर इनिशियल से करोगे तो यू विल हैव टू टेक सम वेरिएबल्स एस टी यू वी, एंड देन यू विल फाइंड आउट ऑल द वैल्यूज इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेरिएबल्स. इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू मेक इक्वेशंस एंड सॉल्व इट, राइट? वो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So that's it. This job is done now. Let's start doing questions on this. First, I have put up all the information here. How many rupees did Suvarna start with? That was 66. So my answer for this first question is option C, that is 66. Who started with the lowest amount? The started with lowest amount is Vibha. So Vibha started with the lowest amount, which is option D. Who started with the highest amount? That was again Suvarna, who started with the highest amount. So the answer is option A. And what was the amount with Uma at the end of the second round? Amount with Uma at the end of the second round, it is 72. So the answer for the 10th question is option B, that is 72. That's all about it. Are these CAT questions? Yes, CAT level questions. Shivam, these are actual CAT questions. That's my purpose to tell you that CAT level क्या है. कैट लेवल वो नहीं है कि वो वाला कैट लेवल, और कैट लेवल बिल्कुल वो भी नहीं है. बट कैट आस्क यू I mean range of questions. They do ask you questions like this. All 10 questions which we discussed today are all actual CAT questions. कैट ऐसे क्वेश्चंस भी पूछता है, कैट इससे थोड़े मुश्किल भी पूछता है, कैट इससे बहुत मुश्किल भी पूछता है. एंड ऑल क्वेश्चंस कैरी इक्वल मार्क्स. सो कीप दैट इन माइंड. Our main job is to find out the easy questions and do them. Our main job is not just to do all the questions in the LRDI section. Okay, that's all for today's session, guys. So please do press the like button once again. I would request all of you, today's number of likes would be actually equal to your score in LRDI in the actual exam. So try to improve it. It's only 33, take it above 50. It will be very good for you. Okay, and I have already talked about the CAT. I mean, there are three things that I'm going to talk about first before you leave. This is, I wanted to talk about CAT College Predictor. Go to this link on your screen, right? And while going to this link, they would be asking you some details, that what is your 10th score, 12th score, graduation score, any work experience, and all those things. At the end of that, the CAT College Predictor that you have on BYJU'S exam prep, it will be telling you for what all IIMs are you eligible, for what all IIMs are you are not eligible, and if you are eligible for an IIM, what percentile you should be looking for if you want to get admission into it. For example, I fill in 10th I got 76%, in 12th I got 84%, I have 3 years of work experience as something, I belong to OBC category, and I am a male, I'm an engineer. So you put up all this data, suddenly a list would come up in front of it. It will tell you, okay, you are eligible for IIM Ahmedabad, and if you want to get admission in IIM Ahmedabad, look for minimum 97 percentile. You are not eligible for IIM Shillong. You are eligible for IIM Bangalore, but you have to get at least 98 percentile, and that way you'll get it. It's a beautiful thing that we have created. I'm sure it is going to help you a lot. Not only that you guys have to use it, ask your friends as well, whoever is doing it. It will give you a good idea about what percentile you should be looking for if you are targeting a particular, I would say, college, IIM, right? Also, on the CAT day, that is 26th of November, we'll be there with you throughout the day. 12:30, first impression of slot 1, 4:30, sorry, analysis of slot 1, 4:30, analysis of slot 2, 8:30, analysis of slot 3. And the first impression will be giving you as soon as we come out of this exam hall. Jitna jaldi ho sakega, we'll be telling you about all of that. And not only that, do not forget to use the CAT score calculator and percentile predictor on our app once again. So you just have to fill in your OMR sheet. It will be telling you what score you can expect and what is the percentile that you can expect at those. So the score calculator and percentile predictor along with the CAT college predictor are the things which are going to be very, very useful for all of you. You can also find us on all of these media handles. That's all from my side, guys. I hope you like this session. So we'll meet again in some other session, and definitely on 26th of November, do not forget to meet us. And all the very best, guys, right? For the exam, I'm sure you all would do good. The whole year's preparation. Now it is coming to that final destination where you have to just use it all with all cylinders on, right? You should be firing with all cylinders now. तो अब ये 3-4 दिन जो है, जो आपके बचे हुए हैं, 2 दिन 3 दिन, इसमें पहली बात तो ये टेंशन बिल्कुल मत लीजिएगा. डू नॉट राइट एनी मॉक टुमारो और डे आफ्टर. 2 ही दिन तो बचे हुए हैं ना. कोई मॉक मत लिखिएगा. जस्ट डू रिविजन टुमारो. डे आफ्टर टुमारो आई वुड से वॉच सम लाइट हार्टेड मूवीज और टीवी सीरीज. अगर आपको फ्रेंड्स अच्छा लगता है तो देखिए, मतलब मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, तो आई वुड सजेस्ट दैट. और एनीथिंग एल्स, पंचायत देख लीजिए, या फिर ये एक इसपे है ना, गुल्लक जो है सोनी लिव पे, इस तरह के सीरियल्स देखिए. Very light-hearted. They'll make you feel good about yourself, right? And then go to the exam. And please keep one thing in your mind: CAT is not the end of everything. ठीक है. अगर ये दिमाग में रखोगे कि नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा, कम स्कोर आ गया तो क्या होगा, it will just create a bad, I would say, impact on your scores. If you really want to improve your scores, your job is not to think about those things. बिल्कुल नहीं सोचना आपको उसके बारे में. You just have to go there, right? Be as best as you can. ठीक है. जितना आपको आता है, जितना अच्छे से आता है, कोशिश कीजिए कि अगर आपका परसेंटाइल अभी तक 70s 80s में रहा है तो किसी तरह 90 प्लस चला जाए. 90 प्लस जाने पे यू विल डेफिनेटली गेट अ डिसेंट कॉलेज. यू आर इन 90s तो आप 95 प्लस चले जाने की कोशिश कीजिए, ताकि किसी तरह से एमडीआई जैसा कॉलेज मिल जाए. 95 96 पे आ रहे हो, कोशिश करो 98 तक पहुंच जाए. IIM ABC साइट में आ जाते हैं. तो इसी तरीके से थोड़ा 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 अगला टारगेट रखिएगा. ये नहीं कि इस बार जाऊंगा बस इसी बार फोड़ूंगा, मॉक में चाहे कुछ ना किया. बहुत अच्छे से. So all the very best once again, guys. We'll be meeting on 26th of November. Till then, bye bye and take care of yourself. We'll meet now. Bye bye.